Right. Hi. Hello, everyone. So today's our topic is impulse. What is meant by impulse? Impulse is a very important topic in physics. Impulse is nothing but a measure of action of force. A very large force which acts on a body for a very short time but produces a large change in the movement. That is impulse. See here, a cricketer, see here, he is a cricketer. A cricketer hitting the cricket ball of mass m, initially it is moving with a velocity u. So a cricketer hitting the cricket ball with the help of the bat. That means he applied a force F. Due to that force, the ball rebounces with a velocity V. Then calculate how much force exerted by this bat on the ball. We know very well, according to Newton's second law of motion, F is equal to delta P by delta D. Delta P in the place of delta P, delta in the place of P, P is momentum mv by delta D. So is equal to, see here which one is constant here, mass of the ball is constant. So mass is constant, then delta V by delta D. See here F, delta V by delta V, change in velocity. So initial velocity U, final velocity is V, V minus U by delta D. So this is force. See here, calculate the force. How much force exerted by bat on the ball? Calculate that force. So that means by knowing mass of the ball and by knowing initial velocity, by knowing final velocity and by knowing time. So by knowing mass, initial velocity, final velocity and by knowing time, if you substitute all these values here, we can calculate force exerted by bat on the ball. But here, if you observe the time, time means the contact time of ball with the bat. The contact time of ball with the bat is very small. It means this time is very small. And if you observe the force, if time of contact is very small, the force exerted by bat is very large force. So practically it is not possible to calculate time because it is very small. So time is very small, so force is very large force. So it is very difficult to calculate time. So it is difficult, practically it is not possible to calculate force. That's why scientists did bring T this side. Then it is equal to force into time. Force into time is equal to mv minus mu. I am writing here this product. So force into time is equal to mv minus mu. That means here this force into time is called impulse. So impulse is equal to mv minus mu. That means mv minus mu is nothing but a change in momentum. Change in momentum. That means they measured impulse force is equal to change in momentum. That means by measuring the change in momentum, how much change in momentum produced in the body, it is very easy to calculate because change in momentum is mv minus mu. By knowing mass and final velocity, m into v minus m into u. So by measuring the change in momentum, they calculated impulse. And see here force. The force acting on the ball. Initially here the force acting on the ball is maximum. After a time the force on the ball reduces to 0. So initially force acting on the ball is maximum. after certain time, the impact of force on the ball is decreases and finally becomes zero. That means here force is not a constant quantity. It is varying from maximum to zero. So that means if force is constant, it is easy for us to calculate. But here force is not constant, it is varying. That's why we are measuring average force and total effect of force. We are not measuring this force, total effect of force. The total effect of force is called impulse. Impulse. So impulse is equal to change in momentum, or impulse is equal to force into time. So these two are the formulas for impulse. So impulse equal to change in momentum, or impulse equal to force into time. Impulse is a vector quantity. Impulse is a vector quantity. Its direction, say when a force and change in momentum, both are in same direction. So impulse also in the direction of force and change in momentum. Impulse is a vector quantity. Its direction is in the direction of force or in the direction of change in momentum. Next, write units. Units for impulse. See now, SI unit of impulse. I means impulse. Impulse is divided by I. SI unit of impulse is, see now, impulse is equal to force into time. What is the SI unit of force? Newton. SI unit of time? Second. So the SI unit of impulse is Newton into second. Our impulse is equal to another formula, that is change in momentum. So Newton second R. What is the unit of change in momentum? Momentum nothing but mass into velocity. The unit of mass is kg, velocity is meter per second. So these are the units for SI unit of impulse. Then CGS unit of impulse. CGS unit of force is time. Time is second. And for change in momentum is gram centimeter per second. So these are the units of impulse. Next, see here, madam. Applications of impulse. Very, very important in our daily life. See here. Applications of impulses. The first application is very, very important. A cricket player lower his hands while catching a ball. Lower his hands means nothing but his draws backwards. So this is very, very important application. So it is best example for impulse. A cricket player lower his hands while catching a cricket ball. Right, first write impulse. What is impulse? Formula: impulse is equal to change in momentum, and impulse is equal to force into time. A large force in short time. So F into T is equal to change in momentum. See here, if subject F here, so bring T this side, then change in momentum by T. So this is very, very important. Right, see here, so here change in momentum is same. So change in momentum is constant. Then how F and T are related? F and T are related inversely proportional. That means if time of contact is less, impulsive force is greater. So this is the key factor here. Now see now, a cricket player lower his hands. We know very well a ball of mass m, initially it is moving with a velocity e. Suppose he stops ball at this position. If you observe in the two cases, here he allows the ball for longer time. And you observe the change in momentum from here to here, change in momentum, and here to here, change in momentum. In both cases, change in momentum is same. But here In order to brought the change in momentum, he takes a longer time. See here, he takes a longer time. He lower his hands. By lowering his hands, he allows a longer time. When he takes longer time, if time is more, force is less. So when he lower his hands, he allows the ball a longer time. A longer time means the ball exerts a small force on his hands. So he is not injured. But here, he stops the ball immediately. When he stops the ball immediately means time of contact is very small. If time of contact is very small, a large force acts on his hands. A large force acts on his hands. So he is injured at this case. That's why remember one thing, Nana. In both cases, the change in momentum is same. So to brought the same change in momentum, he allows the ball for longer time. So for longer time means the ball exerts a small force on his hands. Next one. See here, suppose a person jumps from a certain height. Jumps from a certain height. See here, one is cement floor. Another one is heap of sand. So here the person is jumping from a height of 10 meters in both cases. In which case he is injured severely? In which case? Obviously you know very well, cement floor. Why? Because see, the person of mass m, initially he is falling with a velocity u. Here also the person of mass m, initially he is moving with a velocity u. So after reaching cement floor, his final velocity becomes 0. Here also final velocity becomes 0. So in both cases, the change in momentum is same. Then force is inversely proportional to time. Here see, when he falls on the cement floor, the time of contact is very small. That means he is immediately coming to rest. So time of contact is very small. If time of contact is very small, force exerted on the person is greater. So a greater force exerted by cement floor on the person is more. So he is injured severely at this case. But here, when a person jumps on the heap of the sand, to brought the same change in momentum, here the sand allows the person yields. The sand yields. Yields means it allows. Then the person is moving slowly and finally comes to rest. So here time of coming to rest is more. If time of contact is more or coming to rest is more means a small force exerted on the person. If a small force exerts on the person, he is not injured severely. Here also this is the best example for impulse. Next is here, you know very well, China vase or glass vase. See, glass, glass items. So they are wrapped with the help of a paper. Why means during the time of transportation time, see, this is the glass inside the vehicle. So many speed breakers are there. Suddenly the vehicle jerks. When suddenly the vehicle jerks, the impact transferred to this glass or China vase takes a longer time to reach this glass, because here paper is there and some grass is there. So through paper and grass, the impact takes very longer time to reach the glass. So obviously a small force is exerted on the glass. Due to the small force, the braking force is reduced. So this is the best example for impulse. Thank you.